Hi everyone, it's me, and here comes Raja, and we're here today to talk about, oh I know buddy, go ahead. We're here today to talk about how you feed your beardies. I notice a lot of people having hard times not knowing what or when or how often or all of that stuff. So I'm going to explain, I'm going to show you because this is my beardies feeding time. They've also been in the UV light, so they got energy to eat, which is important. You must give them energy. Right now, mine is doing his business on the floor. It's always fun. But while he does that, let me get this food. So, my beard is crazy, right? No, it's not. This is the reality of having a bearded dragon. They need lots of veggies, especially adults. Babies, when they're young juveniles, they need more insects. So it's about when they're about 3 to 6 months, they need about 25% veggies and 75% insects. Once they hit 16 months and older, they need, so it's in between that, 6 months, 7 months, that's 50-50. But from the time they're 16 months and older, they need 75% veggies, and they also need 25% insects. Remember that, because you don't want to give them too much fat. Too much fat is not good for them. Hold on. Raji. Well, you just took a big poopy. That's good though, because now he'll eat his breakfast. He will eat his breakfast even more. Yummy. Go ahead, Raja. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so with that. So, these are Raja's veggies right here. This is fresh veggies right from the market. These are collard greens. Very good for them. Very, very good. And you want to try to mix it up because, like people, they get sick of the same thing, obviously. So you try to mix it up. I give them this. This is collard greens. Very good for them. Lettuce? No, never. Never feed them lettuce. Never feed them, onions, fish, any type of meat, poultry, nothing. You don't feed them anything like that because it would make them sick. You feed them green and insects. And sometimes I give Raji a little prize. It is the baby rats, like the hairless ones. Yeah, the little new ones. You love those. Those are his treat every once in a while, every 6 months. But generally, we feed him this collard greens, and then this one. This is kale. Kale, very good for them. This one is turnips. And this one is, the last thing that least, this is a curly mustard. So mustard seeds. Here's a variety, which is, the basics of owning a bearded dragon. This is what it requires. It requires you to, feed them all those. Oh, and don't forget squash. They love it. Freaking, my bearded dragon will seriously just go for the squash. And it gets me so mad because I literally make a salad every day. Alright, so this is how we do it. Cut it up and then get my little calcium. Now, this calcium supplement, very important. Put it on everything they eat. Sometimes I forget, but most of the time, and make sure it goes on, especially with bugs. You really want to go on the bugs, but it's calcium. And this is a supplement. They also have it in liquid form. They have it in many forms. They even have it in bug. You can get it in wax form, calcium. But this is the one I used. So what I do, I take the greens, and I'm just going to cut them off. And they go bad. So yes, they go through a lot of greens because they go bad really quickly, and a lot of the times they don't even touch them. They'll eat a little bit, but either way, that's the That's what comes along with having a bearded dragon. Two of them. But I mean, they're pretty decent on eating their greens, though. A lot of dragons don't. So I'm pretty lucky as far as that. And I take a little of each. Quite a lot. But I mean, it's going to last them throughout the day because you should feed them 3 times a day. I just literally give them the food all day and let them snack on it. But when they eat bugs, I literally don't give them that day as the greens. I just switch and I feed them just bugs. So that's what I do typically. But I mean, if they want to eat both, they can. It's up to you. It's your dragon. You just don't want them to be overweight. Not good. Overweight dragons are really not good. That's Haley. Alright, so this is how I cut it up. So they got a little bit of everything. Little spoiled brats. I mean, some people just throw it in there. Me, I don't. I can't. Poor babies. They need their garden salad nice and fresh. So I take some of that calcium and just sprinkle it on it. You just sprinkle it on it. So that's better. So now you have this fresh salad. So, when your bearded dragon is babies, and like I said before, when they are younger, they need more insects. So about 75% of their diet should be insects. You want to give them 10 to 15 minutes with the insects, and they should be at least eating like 15 to 20. I mean, if not, it's okay, because some days they're not going to eat more. But most of the time, it's about 10 to 15 minutes, and they should be eating like 20 young beardies. Older beardies, though, are the opposite. So just think of that with the opposite. 75% veggies, and then the rest bugs. My beardies are spoiled and think that, they don't have to eat their veggies. But I do force them. I will trick them. But this is squash. Love this. These are like they love it because it's so easy. Oh, that's got a piece of my hair on it. It's so easy to manage, and you just take it, and they love it. Watch, let's see if Raji's gonna give it a whirl.
Where's the other
Raji.
Where's the other bearded
Get
dragon?
Raja. What?
Where's the rat?
She's in there. She's underneath the thing. Let's see if Raji's gonna eat this. Tan. Hey, Tan. Honey. Let's get him. Let's get my buddy. Come here, Raji. Raji? Why? Yeah. Okay. You don't want it, no. See, he's not going to eat it right now. What are you doing? Say hi to everybody. Hi, people. Oh, Raji. You guys should go back. Poop it on the floor. Yep, and that comes with it too. I'm going to have to mop the floors today. Oh, and don't worry, you always want to wash your hands afterwards because salmonella. But, I mean, there's a lot of things that they say to do, but me, I typically just learn everything on my own because bearded dragons are so, you don't know the exact answer. You never really get one. So I've just literally learned by just being around them and realizing what they like and what they don't like and knowing, I mean, it's obvious to tell if your bearded is comfortable with you. It's obvious to tell because they would be running from you and you wouldn't be able to have them. So you wouldn't be able to hold them. They would show no interest. They would always want to hide. So if your beardie is not hiding and it's kind of, and the biggest thing, let me finish this. If your beardie's not hiding from you and not running, and another good thing is if your beardie's pooping on you, they're comfortable with you. And that is the truth. She laughed, but I'm serious. It is a known fact. If your beardie takes a poop, they love you. Fun facts here. Just saying. So this is, I take the spray bottle, which I also put calcium in it. I use the spray bottle with calcium in it, and I put hydrogen. And I usually just go spray these. Because not only is it getting in the water, it's the calcium. I literally put the calcium right into the water and it's water. So I just spray them, makes them last a little longer. And I tried freezing little baggies of, like to pre-make it. Doesn't work like that. So yeah, every day this is what you do. Make their breakfast.
Spoiled brat, right?
So now I'm gonna take that and I spray their food down. Now this is what their salad looks like. Very spoiled, right? And there's my dragon on the mop, on the broom. He just tries to lean up on everything. Like so. Look at this buddy. Look at this guy. Raja, do you know that? Look at him trying to get up there. He's such a good boy. Yeah. Now, it may be too early for him to eat right now. He may not. He probably will not want to eat because it's still early. But if I put a bug in front of his face, he would. But let's see. Time. Come here, boo. Look at you, handsome. Look at you. Yum. You did go in the light for a little bit. And another thing is that light, UV light. Very important to keep them on, to have them either under the natural sun or under their light. In the wintertime, I have to use their light, so they're in it a lot more. And you want to make sure that before they eat, that they're in their light, because it actually literally energizes them. Literally does. It's like putting your phone on a charger. You put your dragon on the charger, the light, because that literally does energize them. It gives them energy, it makes them hungry, it makes them eat, and it makes them active. If your beardie is lazy, which he's lazy, but once he gets under the light, people think he's a paperweight. He is good though. He's very good at holding down papers. But he is also older, so he's definitely calmer than most. Alright, you don't want none of that? But yeah, that's pretty much about all their feeding stuff. Oh, one more thing. If you let your lizard, lizard, he hates it. I'm not a lizard, I'm a bearded dragon. Anyway, but if you let them outside, please be aware that eating insects from outside can be dangerous to their health. Yes, it does happen. Yes, I have fed mine. But, a lot of the time the reason is because people put certain chemicals on their lawns or in their yards, and you also don't know what the bugs fed on. So you don't want to feed your dragon anything that outside, even, I'm talking about the leaves, everything, like anything outside. And for some reason my beardies like to go outside and just eat everything they see, like a cigarette. Like my bearded dragon one time tried to eat a cigarette butt off the ground, like in a squash. So you have to really watch them and pay attention, because they will pick up any little thing, even in the house. They'll pick up anything. If they see it, they think it's food, they're gonna eat it. Especially if it's moving. Like him moving walk right over his breakfast. See how that works? You see how it is? Get down, Raji. It's so neat. I just made that perfectly good salad, and you just walked right over it. Yeah, you see? Bad. My bearded dragons are freaking awesome. But, no, they really are. But yeah, like I said, don't give them anything that
Mom?
from outside. Hello. Yeah, I see him. He's going over to see you to get, see? Exactly what he means. He wants Apple Jacks. Yeah, Apple Jacks. No Apple Jacks for the beardie. But like I said, it's very, very important. You must watch what they are consuming. That's why they are like 2-year-olds. They will put anything, mostly a lot of stuff in their mouth. You have to, it's absolutely critical, because I've seen bearded dragons die from eating stuff that they're not supposed to. They need to be watched, and they need to be, and it is hard to be outside and watching them, especially when they're all energized and charged up, and they go, and you don't know, because you're trying, I have 2, so I'm chasing one this way and one this. It's crazy, like 2-year-old. But as long, and sadly, he's definitely my bearded dragon that picked up some stuff and ate it. And let me tell you, it's a scary thing, because you don't know. One day, I didn't know what my Lizzie ate. Don't want to do that. It was scary. I was like a mess. But she was fine. but I got lucky. A lot of people don't. My sister had her bearded dragon eat an ant. It was an ant poison, and it was terrible. She found her bearded dragon in his tank, passed away a day later after eating it. But that is exactly why it's important to make sure you're watching your dragon. Anyways, that's it on this eating. I hope this will help people to understand their eating habits. Oh, and one more thing. I see a lot of people talking about how my beardie's not eating their veggies, my beardie's not eating. First of all, nobody's ever going to have a problem feeding their beardie bugs. Obviously, we know that. Now, veggies, I had a hard time with mine. I had to trick it. I actually have a video on it. And I had to do that for a long time. But honestly, they work like kids. Like I said at the beginning, they get sick of the same thing. Keep continuously feeding them the same thing. It's like food, like with any. It's like a child. If you continuously give them candy, they're gonna continuously want the candy. And then once you try to take the candy away, you shove some greens in there, and they no way. It's the same thing with a bearded dragon. But at the end of the day, the only way to stop that is to just keep shoving those greens in his face. I mean, he'll get hungry enough and he'll eat it, but do not cave. Don't feed him the bugs because he's not eating. Don't think that's better. No. He will not starve. They are smart and they know if they're hungry and to eat. You will not starve your dragon just because you take away their bugs and put these in there. I promise. They are smart and they know how to get what they want. Don't let them fool you. Anyways, that's it. Have a good day.